What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel, my friends. Welcome back. For those of you who are new, my name is Jonathan, and in today's video we're going to be talking about 3 fears that are stopping you from achieving your dreams. Let's get started. Before I get into these 3 fears, I want to talk a little bit about triggers and blockages, because I can guarantee that every single person that watches this has gone through these certain blockages and triggers. And for me, that was something at the beginning of my spiritual awakening process was holding me back. That was something that was preventing me from moving forward, because I wasn't able to see these triggers and these blockages that were coming forth as something that was being done for me. I was seeing it as something that was being done against me. Therefore, I was causing more and more resistance to the process. But it's once I was able to realize that these triggers and these blockages are being brought forth to, one, teach me to let go of certain self-limited beliefs. Number two, to test how I was going to react to a situation compared to how I used to react. Or else three, to prove to myself that I'm able to get through this. And that's why these triggers and these blockages are being brought up. It's literally, it's your angelic team that's bringing forth these situations to show you that you will succeed, to show you that it's now time to advance, to prove to once and for all to yourself that you qualify, and it's now time to take the next step. It's now time to level up your spiritual game. All right, the first fear that is stopping you from achieving your dreams is the fear of not being loved. This is something that I struggled with, especially in the earlier on stage of my awakening, as I was beginning to discover how I wanted to serve, beginning to discover what I was truly passionate about. But at the time, I hadn't created enough self-love, self-worth, and confidence. I was still needing the exterior to validate this to me. I was still needing to feel the love of other individuals to continue on my path. But what I started to discover is, after doing this immense inner healing, and I'm telling you this, anytime you get triggered and it's bringing forth an emotion, it's bringing forth, a thought about something that you've experienced in your past, if you're able to get into the mentality of it's being brought up now in order for it to be let go of, therefore it is now time to heal this, you're going to start to notice that your self-love is going to raise. You're going to start to notice that you're going to be able to create more and more self-love. And let's be honest, the spiritual awakening process is particularly difficult for a lot of individuals. The majority of individuals who have had an awakening hasn't had it brought forth as far as having positive life situation. And most individuals have had life turning situations which has allowed them to trigger their spiritual awakening. Therefore, it's just like me at the beginning of my spiritual awakening, I didn't have the self-love, self-worth, and the confidence that I have now. It's been all through this inner work that I've done. It's by letting go of certain self-limited beliefs. It's by having the ability to heal my past, is by not resisting to the process and just trusting that everything that's coming up is being done for me, just like I was saying with the triggers and the blockages. And one thing that was particularly difficult for a while, which might be difficult for some of you guys right now, is your family members, whether it's your parents, your brother, and your sisters. If you're still feeling the need to have that encouragement from them, if you're still feeling the need to have that validation, you still need to receive that love, but it's the complete opposite that you're getting, this is a sign to maybe, you know what, it's time to distance yourself temporarily from them in order to keep you aligned on the path that you're currently on, because the path that you're currently on is going to reveal everything to you. You're going to see that it's going to lead you exactly where your heart wants to be. It's really going to bring forth what it is that you're truly passionate about. So don't be afraid of, even if it's just temporarily, to remove certain individuals out of your life in order to be able to maintain that line, in order to continue to focus on what you want to bring forth. Because think about this, what is the most important thing in life? The most important thing for me right now is to continue to create that inner happiness, continue to have that inner peace. And I'll give you an example. I've distanced myself from my parents since my awakening, because they just have a hard time understanding, and they really aren't comfortable right now with opening up about what I've been experiencing, how I'm moving forward. all this newfound knowledge that I've gained. And a lot of times I was noticing is when I would go visit them, we would get into arguments where I would see that I could tell right away it was a lose-lose situation, as in they already had made up their mind and nothing was going to change their mind. Therefore, for a temporary amount of time now, until I get to a certain stage in my life where they'll be able to accept me for who I am, I've started to distance myself from them. So I really encourage you to do this. This is just temporary. Now, trust me, you're going to continue to have that self worth. You're going to start to notice after a while, after you've been able to heal at a certain level, you're no longer going to feel the need to have anyone else project love onto you, because you're going to be able to create enough self love. And whatever love you're going to be feeling from the exterior is now just going to become a bonus. And the second fear that is stopping you from achieving your dreams is not fear of failure. It is fear of being successful. It's the fear of having to be accountable for the direction that you're taking, the profession, the career path that you have chosen. It could also be having the fear of having to know absolutely everything. And that's something that I struggled with at the beginning. And I'm going to be honest with you, is I'm still constantly taking in information, but let's be honest, beginning of the spiritual awakening process, you're constantly taking in content, whether it's YouTube, whether it's blogs, whether it's books, documentaries. And a lot of times I would start watching a video because I'm like, yeah, I really want to learn about this thing right here. And for me, what I found the majority of the time was what was being told to me, what was being spoken in the video. I already knew this. It's just individuals. I'll be honest with you. I was never encouraged by my parents as far as education, as far as, okay, you should be reading more books, or we want you to go to college, university. You should be really, trying to thrive, as far as in life. Therefore, my vocabulary isn't as expanded as certain other individuals. But the more and more videos I ended up watching, the more and more I found out that, you know what, I'm a lot more knowledgeable than I think. It's just I've come from a much simpler way of expressing myself. And not only this, also with my clients, as far as one-on-one sessions, started thinking about that again. Was, am I gonna be able to answer each and every single question all the time? And the truth of the matter, absolutely not. I don't know absolutely everything. Nobody knows everything. But it's once I realize, instead of just trying to bullshit my way when I speak with clients, instead of doing that, just tell them I will get back to you. I want to make sure that I'm right on this. I'm going to get back to you, you know? And that's the same thing with whatever it is that you're pushing towards. It's really important not to compare yourself with others, because the example, as far as even the spiritual awakening process, some individuals, it's, about expanding their consciousness. That is their speciality. Other individuals is about through the heart space, as far as, let's say, for empaths. Others are going to be psychics, it could be tarot card readers and all these things. We all have different spiritual gifts, but it is up to us to have the confidence to move forward and realize that you'll receive the information when you need it. You're always gonna be able to receive what you need when you need. But it's just allowing yourself, to trust in yourself and to realize that you're much more powerful than you think. You're much more knowledgeable than you think. And let's be honest, you have to make mistakes. We all make mistakes along the way, but it's what you're gonna learn from your mistakes. And it's going to take some time, but I'm telling you this, as long as you continue to follow your heart, you be honest with yourself, and you especially be honest with other individuals, you're going to see that everything is going to work out, and you're going to bring forth all the success that your heart desires. And the third fear that is holding you back from achieving your dreams is not feeling worthy. Always, this is old 3D mentality. This is perfect matrix thinking, as far as, in order for me to have this, I need to do this. In order for me to bring this forth, I must have accomplished this. No, and this comes once more, it's all with the inner work. It's all with maturing on your spiritual journey, creating more and more self-worth and self-love and confidence, that you're going to be able to start feeling more and more worthy. And not only that, you're going to realize that you qualified. You've had a spiritual awakening, not just for your own personal benefits. You have a service to do. You have something that you must create for others. And it's just like currently right now, when you're trying to manifest something, are you trying to justify why this should come forth? Or are you able to just manifest and let go? That's something during my awakening. So many times I would manifest things unknowingly because think about it, how often has the manifestation come forth in the way that you perceived it to? For me, rarely does it ever come forth that way. Therefore, I've had many manifestations come forth where it would literally take me days and sometimes up to like a week to finally realize that I had been able to manifest a certain thing because of the way that it came. And once again, it's all the inner work. I am telling you this right now. It's all the inner work as far as letting go of certain self limited beliefs about healing your past. There's nothing. I mention this so much because honestly, guys, nothing has helped me empower myself more than to heal my past. Why? Because I've been able to become more and more of my authentic self. And you're going to see with this channel, as time goes on, you're going to be able to see I'm going to become more and more comfortable, and you're going to start to truly see my personality moving forward. But it's been able to by being able to raise my vibrations to the level that I have raised them now. I now realize, and not only that, the connection that I have with my angelic team is showing me each and every single day that I now qualify and I feel worthy and I deserve to have these things being brought forth. It's once you start to realize that you're now doing God's work in whichever way. It doesn't have to be anything spiritual, just by you being a good person, you being compassionate with others, you feeling empathy towards others. And by doing so, you're becoming the best version of yourself. You're serving, whether willingly or not, you even understand whether you're serving your life purpose or not. This is just the early stage. You're going to find your niche, but it could be just a little gesture, just saying hello to someone in the street. You know what? That doesn't have anyone to talk to. You might make their day by doing this. It's just by being kind and loving to other individuals. And once you're able to start to think of all these manifestations that are going to be coming forth as a reward from God, as a reward from your angels, from the universe, for all the good work that you're doing, for allowing yourself to be as authentic as possible, and you're letting your light shine for all the right reasons, you're going to start to see manifesting will become as effortless as you can possibly imagine. You're going to feel worthy, willing, and able. And that's going to release any type of resistance. That's why most people are having difficulties manifesting. When they truly look on the inside, they don't feel worthy. They're having to validate. I deserve to have this come forth because I've done this, and that, instead of I am just becoming this person. I'm just becoming constantly the best version of myself. Well, I really hope that you found this video informative and you've been able to take something from it that is going to allow you to progress forward. You've been able to learn something that maybe you have to let go, or a different way that you should be thinking about different situations. But just realize that even though you don't know your niche right now, it might feel wide as far as how it is that you want to serve, but just continue to be yourself, continue to do the inner work, continue to level up, and trust that intuition, trust that guidance. Don't be afraid to ask for what you need from your angelic team, what blockages do you have, and continue to be ready, willing, and able to receive miracles, because that is what's going to align you with your life purpose. Well, that's going to do it for the video, guys. Get yourself out in nature, get yourself grounded, release all those negative energies, and you guys have an amazing day. I love you guys. Namaste.